I had an interview last week with a student from the University of Westminster in the United Kingdom. It was a really fascinating one. He's a journalism student, was looking to get into crisis communications, and reached out to me on LinkedIn. I thought you'd enjoy a couple of tidbits of our conversation, and we'll do so over a series over the next few weeks. Enjoy.
So my first question is to what degree do you think that social media has impacted crisis communications in 2015, and how was it changing traditional crisis communications?
Organizations really only had to worry about adverse news events if they were large enough or the event was of significance enough that a traditional news source would take the time to cover it. And that was really reserved for the global, big, large companies, government entities, nonprofits. Those would have to be of a big enough size and scale that a reporter for a newspaper or for a television station, network broadcast would spend the time to cover the story because it would theoretically impact so many people. But with the advent of social media and the fragmentation of how information is disseminated and received, now consumers of information can pick and choose topics that they want, only the topics they want to get, or organizations they want to receive, and the people with whom they want to hear. And that meant that they could start to follow and take interest in any organization of any size. More to the point, because with the combination of social media and the ubiquity of smartphones, you now have created a situation that not only can I receive information on any particular topic of interest or any organization, but I have the ability, whether I'm qualified or not, to be my own broadcaster. I have a camera, a microphone, and a distribution system through my Instagram account and my TikTok and my Twitter and my Facebook and my LinkedIn to say whatever I want as a news entity, regardless of the facts. And if I'm so inclined, through that and online media and online review platforms and the like, I can talk negatively about any individual, any organization that I so choose. And that meant that any entity of any size can have its reputation called severely into question, theoretically, by an Instagram post. And that means that crisis communications now has to worry about so many different avenues by which their reputation can be disparaged.
When I was preparing for the topic, I came across a couple of studies that prove that Twitter is the most frequently used platforms to distribute information to stakeholders during crisis.
Yes.
And followed by Facebook and blogs. And that was the main reason I focused on analyzing Volkswagen crisis communication strategy on Twitter, because I believe that we utilize Twitter to post information that's predominantly concerning our careers, while we use Instagram and Facebook to post a little bit more private things. So is it reasonable to analyze Volkswagen crisis management strategy on Twitter, or should I kind of incorporate other social media platforms? What's your opinion on it?
Well, I think you have to incorporate all social media platforms, but I agree with you that I think Twitter in their response is the one that they should have been Volkswagen's anchor in getting information out quickly. And you see that nowadays with organizations, particularly in times of urgency. Twitter is the preferred platform. It's short, it's digestible, it's quick. There's not a lot of, yes, you can add video links and photos and things of that nature. But really, if you look at the predominance of that, they're 240 characters, all text, quick points, get it out, more to follow. And there's a series of things to go, there's a series of things you can post to sort of keep people updated, but it's very quick and and in many cases, the most effective way to do so, to the point that organizations often now are bypassing the traditional press release distribution to news organization to get their information out. They're putting something out on Twitter. The news organization, like everybody else, is following that Twitter, and that becomes their announcement.